Hi and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are going to do part 2 of our time at the apiary, where today I show you how we extracted the honey. So if you haven't watched the previous video, I'll link that up in the cards and down below so that you can see the first part of this series where I spent time at the apiary. We did a hive inspection. I learned that process, smoking the bees and all of that. Me and my bee suit, we learned all of that. So if you haven't done that yet, after you've watched this video, go hop on over to that one, or you can pause this, hop that one, and then come back to this. But either way, make sure you watch part 1 so you can see that first half. But anyway, let's go back over to the apiary where now we're going to be extracting that honey. Also, if you haven't done so, please be sure to subscribe to my channel for more. That's all capped honey.
That's all capped honey. And again, I always see pictures of this one. It didn't cap on this side, but it capped a little bit.
Right.
But it's heavy as anything. I don't even know where I got this. I don't know what hive I took this out of, but I did. I took it out of a hive. Let's see where my tools down. It seemed like they were just capping on one side really well.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but we're gonna have to. We're just gonna go in there
And do what we gotta do.
and do what we have to do. So
I'm going to give you a quick tour. So this is some of the honey we're going to be extracting. This is the machine that we're actually going to use to extract the honey, and I can show you. So I'm breaking her stuff now. So you put the frames in, and then we have to hand crank it. So, and then as we're going to put it in this bucket, that's where we're going to capture the honey. So I think we've got these 2 frames to extract. And I think there's some more in that box over there. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay.
all right. So we put this over here underneath the faucet, the spigot.
Spigot.
Okay.
All right.
This is definitely clean because I cleaned it.
So, all right.
What you might. Okay.
Oh, that is heavy.
Yeah. And I figure what you want to do, you can go up or down. Doesn't really matter. But you just want to do like a little sawing motion.
Not real hard. Okay.
Not real hard because you're going to lose honey. Okay? And it's going to go in this bucket. So you can do like this. And
So if you wanted to render that wax, you would just melt it down.
oh yeah. Which I have the equipment behind you that I can do that. And I have made candles. And I made, I actually had a recipe for making a skin cream.
Mm-hmm.
And I actually gave it to my friends for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
And used some myself. Which also lasts forever, by the way, because it just does. Okay, so you try to do the best you can.
Mm-hmm.
And like
Do
I
you
said,
go behind it with this and try to get the
you
rest
can
of it
try
out?
to do that too, yeah. Yeah. If there's any that, like up here,
Mm-hmm.
can open those up like that. Just make sure you don't get yourself.
Right.
Because they are sharp. I've done that before. It's like, oh no. No. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I can do this side.
And I'll do the other one.
So what we're going to do is, because they're both pretty even,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to, the one I want to extract right now is the outside, because when you centrifugal force, it'll go out this way.
Right.
So the bigger one, that bigger side will also go
On the other
facing
side.
outside.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So,
do. See,
You try using a sawing motion. Sometimes that helps. It's just,
okay. Just not for me. Let me try using the other thing. That might be easier for me because
yeah.
this seems foreign. Yeah, that's easier for me.
Yeah, that works better.
More?
No, you got it. I want to tell you, this is my least favorite part of doing honey.
I can imagine.
Sometimes you'll get a frame of honey that also has brood in it. Oh God.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like, oh God, I just hate that kind but it will filter out usually. You know, you're not going to find
Too much of it.
little babies in there. So, stuff like that. Okay.
So,
All right.
if I remember how you said this one we should go first.
That's the big one. That could be on this outside
On
here.
this outside.
Whoops. There you go. Uh-huh.
All right.
Okay. You can do it either way. You can go. Okay, let's see what you may not, because it's deep, you may not see anything come out of here. You'd have to do quite a few frames before you get to that point. Okay, so let's see. And you can tell by the weight if it's, there's still more in there. But if you look down in there, you can see the honey.
Yeah, I can see it.
So it's happening.
Okay, very right here. A few moments later.
How's that? Better?
Oh, for me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I will tell you, you get very sticky. After a while, because it's so much honey, the tools don't work as well. This is it. Extracting off the wax. But it's such a cool process. I think this one, I think I did good on that one. What do you all think? Look, I can't even show you yet. All right. All right, people. All right, folks, look. She just needs some more air in here. So let's help on getting her some air in here. On hot days, this is hard to do. Okay. So I have no idea what happened to the rest of my footage, but I figured I'd come on and kind of tell you how we ended the process. So we continued to extract the honey from the frames. We took off the wax and then we put them in the cranker thingy, and that uses the force to get the honey out. And when the honey comes out, it actually comes out and it goes into the bucket that she showed you, but it goes through a filter, and that filter actually filters out any kind of debris and the wax, anything that might have been capped in. It filters that out, and so that what you end up getting in that bucket is pure honey. But what I learned from Miss Joanne is that we don't just grab that honey and start to use it. It has to sit for a day or so. Part of that is so that it can continue to drip into the bucket, but also in case you want to do a second straining, which you can do. If you see any debris or whatever, you can do a second straining. I didn't get that honey that day, but I did get some honey when I left. Before I left, though, Miss Joanne shared with me what happens during the winter months with the bees, because as you know, there's nothing for the bees to go out and forage, and so they have to do something that sustains them. Some people use sugar water, but I'm going to let you watch here so you can see what Miss Joanne does for the winter months. After that clip, we'll come back and I'll close us out.
Fondant. And
you didn't like it?
Well, they liked it. The bees liked it, but I didn't like. My kitchen was a mess, with this stuff. It's like, so I said, something, I'm just going to buy this. And
what's the purpose of that?
This is, it's sugar, syrup, dried. It's got all kinds of
other things
in it for the bees. And generally you give it to them in the winter.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And that helps to sustain them because they're not going to go foraging.
Because there's nothing to forage. Right. Exactly. Right. So it's only like January where I even think about doing it. February. After that, I watch them. What you do is you cut a hole here, take that out, and then they just go in and get their honey. You put it right on top of the, like this. You put it right on top of the hive, inside. Come back, check it every once in a while just to see if they finished it.
Right.
When they finish it, I have never seen them actually finish the whole thing.
Oh, okay.
There's always something left. By time it's ready for them to go foraging again.
Wow.
But it's a good thing to give them. It gets them started.
Right. Well, it was very fascinating, right? We learned that not only do the bees go out and forage, but in the wintertime we give them the conditioning that they need to survive for the winter. And so like she said, you can either use fondant or you can use that stuff that she purchased. So that was it. This was a very fascinating day. I don't have a bucket list, so I can't say that it was something on my bucket list. It was just something that I wanted to do, and that's just because I had started using local honey. And so I have two things for you. One, I would encourage you to, as many people say, shop local. Well, do that also for your honey. Local honey is so good for you, not only just for the sweetness, but it also has a lot of medicinal properties. And interesting fact, if you have allergies, getting honey from your local area can help with that, because if you take a little bit of honey each day, you are kind of taking in the properties that the things that the bees have taken in. So if they've taken in things that you might be allergic to, the mind would think, oh, okay, I can't have that because I'm allergic to that. But actually what it does is it builds up your immune system to that thing. So local honey is going to be the way to go. The other thing I might encourage you to do is, if you have the time and you have a beekeeper in your area, see if you can spend the day shadowing that beekeeper. Spending the time at this apiary was very eye-opening for me. It got me appreciating honeybees a little bit more. I'm growing a garden, actually, that's where I'm sitting, and I realized that many of the plants that I have that are vegetables and fruits, they need the bees to help pollinate the flowers that will turn into the fruits or the vegetables. So we need the bees, even though for us, sometimes they can be a nuisance. They're actually needed. So spending time with them in the apiary actually helped me to see that. So anyway, I could go on and on about my experience, but those would be my two encouragements for you. Buy local honey, because the stuff you get in the store, the honey in the store, you might be surprised what you find out about that. Do your own research. But also, it's good for your body. And then the second thing would be spend the day at an apiary, or watch tons of videos on beekeeping, because that's kind of what sparked my interest. Anyway, I can go on and on, but I will end here. What I will leave you with is, in my garden space, spending time with the apiary, being out foraging is really nourishing me, and I realize that it's healing me. So my friends, I encourage you to take time and make time for what heals you. Take care, my friends.